Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Very nice. Thank you very much. Thank you.
Thank you. I am Jesse David Fox, senior editor of Vulture.com, and this is Jerry Seinfeld, being Jerry Seinfeld.
Yes, thank you.
So this was the first episode of the new season.
Right.
Why did you decide to lead with this one?
A lot of people had been asking to see Julia, and there's something, what I like about this show is it goes in unexpected places, and this one, you really see a relationship that I think people may have been curious about. I often get asked, are you still friends? And, you know, a lot of times people work together for a long time and don't end up friends at the end. So I thought there was something very sweet about it that I thought people would like.
With Letterman retiring, that's another of one of your peers that was retiring. And I know you said you'll never really stop doing stand-up, but I was wondering what drives you to do this show? Like, what the things outside stand-up, like what is bringing you to do that?
I did this show, first of all, I never thought it was a show. Yeah. It was really actually just very recently that I started to think, maybe this is actually something.
Yeah.
But I kind of missed from talk shows the funny talking of casually hanging out.
Yeah.
There's no casual hanging out anymore on talk shows. The real estate is too valuable, and people want to push their product, and I don't know, so I came up with this idea of, like, if I ever did a talk... See, the reason I never did a talk show is because I can't really talk to people that aren't comedians.
Yeah.
And be funny. It's hard, you know. You're doing just great, though.
It's only been 3 minutes.
Yeah,
so we'll see.
So, I don't know, this was my personal fantasy idea of what I would like to watch. And stand-up has become so popular with so many young people now.
Yeah.
There's so many stand-up geeks, you know. I thought they would like this, you know. So I just made a few of them and just threw them on the internet. We didn't do any press or sell it in any way. And, you know, that's what's so cool. The internet fascinated me also as a network. I thought, why do I need a TV network? Why can't, this is a network. So that was what drew me to it.
Who makes you laugh the hardest?
Oh, well, my friend Barry Marder makes me laugh the hardest. He's the guy who I really got the idea for the show from, because he and I would drive around, and it was always funny. And the first episode I did with him at the Bendix Diner in Jersey, it's like 8 minutes long. It's still up online. You can see it. It's pretty crude. We didn't even really know what we were doing. But it was just, I would just eventually, I mean, I've spent my entire life hanging out with comedians, and you have mostly very funny conversations. I mean, my whole TV series is based on, when I talk with Larry David, it's always funny. It's always funny. And I thought, I want to do a show that sounds like me and Larry talking, which is exactly what we did.
Yeah.
So then I thought, well, if I have a few hours, is there enough material? Can I cut it down? Would it be interesting? Would it work? It was really a complete fantasy, you know, if there would be enough. And I still sometimes think, what if nothing funny happens?
Yeah.
What if we don't think of anything funny? And somehow it kind of works.
You said you didn't really think of it as a show until more recently. Like, what does it mean now that it is a show compared to when you're just you and Barry just doing it to see if
nothing. It doesn't mean anything. It's a nice feeling to invent something where there was no template there before you to figure it out. Who would I want interviewing me? Well,
dead or alive.
Oh, really? Oh, dead or alive? Probably Chaplin. I would pick Chaplin. I love Chaplin, and I've read a lot of stuff that he has said, and I think what would be so amazing about it is that we would speak the same language, that the language of comedy, Jay Leno made this point in his episode of Comedians in Cars, that you could watch a movie from the 30s and the romance is like, you know, the way men and women would talk to each other in a seduction scene. You would just burst out laughing. It's so ridiculous, you know. Why, my dear, you know, it's just so phony. But you'll watch Laurel and Hardy, and it's just as funny. It doesn't seem weird. The bits are the bits. So I think to talk to a guy like that, who has such a deep understanding of comedy, and to see how it is so immutable over all these decades would be pretty fascinating. Thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you.